It was devastating. When you hear the words progressive and degenerative, it's terrifying for your child.
Amanda Burritt's 4-year-old daughter Emma is living with one of the rarest conditions in the world.
Emma was born full term. She had an uncomplicated birth. She was healthy. Everything seemed normal. She was reaching her milestones. She was rolling over on time. She was lifting her head up. Around 6 months, she kind of started falling behind on her milestones. She wasn't crawling. She wasn't able to sit up on her own. People kept telling us, don't worry, kids develop at their own pace. So we kind of just played it out. Had her 1-year checkup. The doctor was kind of concerned about her lack of awareness to the environment around her. Also, she did have low muscle tone. She had optic nerve atrophy and possible cortical visual impairment. There was nothing that kind of led us to why, but the fact that she wasn't able to sit up still at her 1 year, that was a red flag.
That silly girl.
They did test after test. On February 26, 2021, they got the results of their genetic testing.
We got her diagnosis of CAND, which is KIF1A Associated Neurological Disorder. I didn't expect it to be a neurodegenerative disorder. It was devastating. It turned our entire world upside down. I went into fight or flight mode, and we decided we're going to fight against our odds.
What is CAND?
KIF1A Associated Neurological Disorder, we call it CAND for short, a severe progressive neurodegenerative disorder. It's caused by a mutation within the KIF1A gene. The KIF1A gene is in the motor domain. Mutations within the KIF1A gene cause a wide range of symptoms, as well as neurological conditions like ataxia, cerebellar atrophy, spasticity, optic nerve atrophy, cortical visual impairment, neuropathy, epilepsy. Every kid presents differently.
CAND is so rare, only about 550 people in the world have it.
And majority of the people diagnosed are children, so we don't really know what to expect for Emma's future. There are, I believe, over 100 different mutations within the KIF1A gene so Emma is actually only one of 2 in the whole world with her exact mutation. And the other little girl that has her mutation presents quite differently than Emma. So it's very hard to understand. There are children that don't make it till their 2nd birthday.
Many are misdiagnosed.
Because the symptoms kind of can be very similar to cerebral palsy, a lot of people get misdiagnosed with CP because it's just kind of an easier diagnosis to give than to explore the genetic testing.
Once they knew Emma's condition, they took immediate action.
It was very overwhelming because it is such a rare disease. The geneticist that gave us the diagnosis really didn't have much to tell us. We go to our phones and we try looking up what this means. We find some publications that, aren't very promising.
They also uprooted their life from Alberta, Canada.
I immediately started researching where in Canada has the best resources for Emma, where's the best therapy, where's the best schools, where's the best supports. So we sold our house. I gave up my career as a nurse and we moved to Calgary. We left our whole lives behind. We left our family, our friends, just to bring Emma to where she would get the most opportunity to thrive.
Emma has various medical complexities.
So Emma, she has optic nerve atrophy and cortical visual impairment. She does have little to no vision. She is non-mobile. She doesn't crawl. She is nonverbal. She does have a wheelchair, but she's not confined to it. So because of her visual impairment, she cannot entertain herself. She doesn't appropriately play with toys. It's really difficult because she is 24 hours a day dependent on us, that we have to constantly entertain her all day and night. When Emma is at home, she requires full-time attention. She needs to be carried around the house. She needs to be fed.
Despite her obstacles, Emma is a happy girl.
Emma is one of the happiest kids. She's just so happy. As music is her go-to. Like her whole life, it has been all about music. Thankfully, she has a great taste in music. Her cognitive level is probably around the 1-year mark. She understands quite a bit. She can point to her body parts when we ask her. She loves swimming and traveling. She loves new experiences. She thrives in new environments.
Emma, do you want more crackers? Yes? Good girl.
Emma also loves going to school.
They do everything. Physio, occupational therapy, speech therapy, vision therapy. Like, she gets it all at school. Her school has been probably one of the biggest blessings to me, because it's so hard to hand Emma over to people because she's my glass child. I worry so much about her.
Before Emma was diagnosed, Amanda was a nurse, which has helped her tremendously.
I can understand her disease a little better than most. I know the system enough that I can advocate effectively for her. I do it with a little more ease than most people would, because no one really knows about her disease. So I'm the one teaching most people about her and her disease. And it makes it a little easier because I do understand it better.
Emma's best friend is her 1-year-old sister, Callie.
Emma and her sister's bond is truly magical for me to watch. As she gets older, she's infatuated with her. She loves her so much. She does everything. She always wants to be involved in her care. I definitely do believe she understands that Emma's different. It's so great to kind of witness your child growing up knowing that there are differences out there. And I can't wait to see what kind of person she's going to become because of this.
Can you say yes? Can you say yes?
The family struggles with accessibility at times.
That one incident where Emma had just got her wheelchair, I was obviously sad she got a wheelchair, but I was so excited because it was she was just so happy in it, and it was so cute. And so we decided to take her on a little date night to a new restaurant we hadn't been to, and we immediately noticed there's nowhere where we can put her wheelchair. As soon as the waitress saw us, she knew that I don't know where you're gonna go. It really bugged me because I knew that this is a bigger issue, not just at this one restaurant. There's a lot of accessibility issues. Going to restaurants, going a lot of places actually. It is difficult.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Emma, good girl.
Amanda uses social media to spread CAN awareness.
I'm constantly advocating for the organization. Since Emma was diagnosed, I've gone full tilt trying to raise money for the organization. I've hosted fundraisers every year. We've raised over $50,000 as a family to fund research for treatments that are currently in the works right now.
Because her husband's job requires him to be away for long periods of time, Amanda relies on a strong support system.
It's full time, and my alone time is when they go to bed. Just having those people that have stuck by me and constantly, even though they're not directly affected, it's not their child, they just show us so much love constantly throughout this whole journey. For me, that's what is most meaningful.
And she encourages other people dealing with a challenging diagnosis to find their communities.
Find your community, find people that are going through similar. I know people really, truly try to understand what you're going through. I found a lot of comfort in talking to people that share similar journeys, just because they just get it. They get the load, they get the stress that we're under. yeah, that's just been a big blessing to have people that I can talk to, even if I don't see them in person, even just people I talk to online or whatnot. It's just still having people there.
For more information on CAN, visit KIF1A.org. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Andrea Swindall.